native bees are the most important pollinators on the planet. Without native bees, we lose everything. We have about 200 species in the Bay Area, and this garden has most of those 200 species. Just as you've probably heard by now that the honeybee is in decline, our native bee populations are also declining. Some on the verge of extinction, and some have already gone extinct, especially bumblebees. And that's due to habitat loss, primarily, and of course pesticide poisoning. But habitat is the key, and so whatever urban gardeners can do to provide these oases of pollen and nectar-rich habitat, forage for bees, the better the healthier our populations will be. One thing you'll notice is that there are blooms of all different heights, colors, shapes, because our bees come in many, many sizes. They range from less than 1/4 of an inch to 1 1/4 inches in the case of bumblebee queens and carpenter bees. We have many, many tiny little sweat bees, and each of these bees has a preference for what kind of flower they'll forage on, or even a physical limitation. And then we have plants that bloom all the way through spring through fall. We've also provided this artificial nesting block for leafcutter bees, and we have an old stump there, and we drilled it with holes, and that will also provide nesting opportunities for our wood nesting bees. But leaving undisturbed ground free from, if you'll notice, there's almost no mulch on our ground, because ground nesting bees can't dig through a thick layer of mulch to get to the ground to excavate their nests. Since so many wild areas have been lost to industrial agriculture and suburban development, our gardens, our residential gardens, can provide really an important resource for these bees.
All right, so the 50s progression, walk downs and walk ups, we have the G major chord, E minor chord, C major chord, and D major chord, and we're gonna tie them all together with simple walk downs and walk ups. So from G to E minor. Or as our tab shows, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. And that brings us to the C major chord. Open A, 2nd fret A to B note, and then up to our C major. After that 3 strums, we have the transition from C major to D major. It's going to be 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, which is already inside the chord, so that's just an arpeggio. And then 4 strums of the D major. So all in all, we have G major, walk to E minor, open A, 2nd fret A, C major, and then 3rd fret A, 2nd fret D, or A string, D string right out of the C chord, D major. You can even walk back up to the G. Open E, 2nd fret, that's an F sharp note, G major, so that was on the E string.
I'll show you when. 5 words you gotta remember. Oh yeah. Here we go. Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You only live like once and then you're dead. Done, you let the good times roll. You let the good times roll. It don't matter if you're young or old. You let good times roll, yeah. Don't stand there mumbling, talking trash. Get up in the morning, you gotta go out and spend some cash. Let the good times roll. You let the good times roll. It don't matter if you're young or
It looked like a giant came in and went bowling inside of here. Green NYC is a program of the Community Environmental Center. Generally, in good times, we receive anywhere from 15 to 30 deliveries of donated material. We offer whatever we reclaim at 50% of the value. So we have this huge savings that we offer to our customers. We were flooded 5 feet, and there are marks around the store showing how deep everything was flooded.
We got a bunch of our volunteers here today from our volunteer team, and we're just trying to make good in any way that we can. We're donating resources, people, and any help we can give.
I actually work with energy policy in DC, but I came up to New York to volunteer. It is very rewarding, and I met a friend from mine here who I went to school with, so that was great, who went to college with.
Over the weekend, we got 60 volunteers in 2 days' time. And then during the week, we get teams of 5. I'd say anywhere from 5 to 10 people are showing up every day to help. But we powered through it, and with the generosity of many New Yorkers, we are bouncing back and almost ready to open the doors again.
Thank you.